Welcome to the photography unit. The first thing you'll want to do is go to the public drive folder. And in my case, I'm at home, so I'm going to the C drive, but imagine that this is the public drive. You're going to go into the computer class in the public drive, go to the 8th grade folder, and you're going to right-click on the folder called Photography Techniques and choose Copy. Once you've copied that folder, you're going to go to the computer class folder on your desktop and do Control-V or right-click and choose Paste. Go ahead and open up that folder, and what you're going to do is you're going to find images that reflect the following techniques: background, close-up, depth of field, framing, leading lines, rule of thirds, symmetry and patterns, viewpoint. This is the website where you will go where you can see the different techniques. So let's go ahead and get started. Go ahead and go to Google and sign in if you haven't already. Once you're logged in, go to Google Classroom. You're going to go to Google Classroom and open up your classroom folder for computer design. Go ahead and click on Photography Techniques to open it. Go ahead and read the directions. You will be using this Google Doc throughout the photography unit. So let's go ahead and start gathering images. You need at least 2 images per technique, and then you will be taking photos throughout the building to represent these techniques and then put them in an Animoto presentation. So go ahead and click on the site. And the first technique is background. So if you click on the gallery of examples, you can see what those look like. Now if we go back, I'm going to go back to that and read the description. So here's what it says about background images. You want to avoid taking pictures of subjects that have a busy background. The subject will often blend in with the background. Find a background that won't compete with the subject. So if you click on the examples, you can go ahead and see. Let's say I click on this person. Where are your eyes focusing? They should be focusing on the subject. The background should be relatively uninteresting so that you focus on the subject. And you can see all of these photos, you're focusing on the subject. And I'm going to go ahead and go to Google and I'll look up images. So I'm going to think of an image that will have a uninteresting background and I will be focusing on the subject. So maybe I'll type in hot air balloon. Do make sure that Safe Search is on. If you look in the right corner, you want to make sure that that is set. I'm going to go to Search Tools. Now normally I would require you to get copyright friendly images, but because the presentation will not be published and you're only going to show it in class, we're just going to look at all the images available online. So I'm going to specify large images. I would not pick this image because the balloon competes with the beautiful rock formations. So I would not use this image. I want to focus only on a hot air balloon. So this image would actually work because the blue sky is not taking away from the subject, which is the hot air balloon. So do make sure that it's large and it's of quality before you save it. So I will right click and I will choose Save Image As. I will go to that desktop computer class folder, locate the photography techniques, and open up background. I'll call this image background 1, and now I'll locate another background image because you need at least 2 per technique. The next background image I Googled was a baby, so I'll go ahead and click on the image to make sure it's of good quality, because if it's filtered at your school, you will not be able to save the large quality image and it will affect the quality of your product. So I will go ahead and right click, Save Image As, get to that background folder, and I will call this background 2. I'm now ready to go back to the photography page and go to the next technique, which is close-up. Do read it and do look at the examples so you know what you should be saving. The next one is close-up, so I'll go back up and change that search. Do make sure that it's large, and I might look up close-up photography. So you have to decide what image you want to look up in order to locate the techniques that you need for this project. I wanted to point out that some of the images might have watermarks on them. Do not save those images for this project. You will lose points because this is not quality. When doing the close-up search, I came across this photo of Selena Gomez, and I think instead of putting this inside of the close-up folder, it should probably go in the background folder. So you might be searching and come across techniques that could be in any of those folders. So keep that in mind as you're searching. So this is a fabulous example of a close-up image. I'll right-click, Save Image As because it's of good quality. I will go back to the close-up, and I will call that close-up 1. Do make sure you get the right image in the right folder. Do continue to go back to the photography page and look at the technique examples and read the definitions so that you can properly get the images for this project. I want to point one more thing out for this project. I was looking for rule of thirds, and you can see this image actually falls within the rule of thirds, but it could also be depth of field. So you decide what technique you want images to represent. Keep in mind, you can have more than one technique for the photos that you're searching. This concludes the session on getting started with the photography unit. Until next time, you have a wonderful day.